Indy Hookup.
Welcome to the Indy Hookup. We got Heston Cleveland and Ricardo Love here. And who is our guest today?
Ricardo, it's an honor and a pleasure to introduce my mama's twin, Naru Kwina, man, a Oakland legend, man, the storyteller, hip learning, uh, and a bunch of other projects. I'll let him say, "Hey, Naru, welcome, family. This has been a long time coming, man."
Well, man, hey, like you said, family, bro. That's exactly what I feel. You and Ricardo is family to me, man. So appreciate y'all for having me on today.
We
Yes,
appreciate
sir.
love you.
What's
Hey,
good,
if I got
man?
$1 every time you said that, I'll be all right, Ricardo. Hey, that's a quote from the great Rankin Screw, also another family member from the town. We got town business here today.
Business,
Respect.
business.
Yes, sir. So Naru,
Yes,
uh,
sir.
we gonna start at the beginning, man. How did you come up with the concept of hip learning?
Oh, well, hip learning, man. That's so, first of all, this is the 21st year. It's a full-fledged adult this year, 21 years old. But I came up with hip learning when I was teaching at this school in Berkeley called Walden School. I was an assistant teacher, and they weren't giving the kindergartens and first graders science, and I was like, why y'all not giving? They need the science more than some of these other ones, and they said, well, you can teach it. I was like, oh, put my foot in my mouth. I started going through the books and reading and like, oh yeah, I mean, and I'm trying to teach the science and it's, they bored out of their mind, man, bored. They like going to sleep in class almost. And I'm like, man, well, what am I going to do? What am I going to do to get these children involved? And one day at recess, I heard some students rapping a song, a really bad song called "You Ain't Nothing But a Hoochie Mama."
Oh my God.
5 and 6 years old, knew the whole song, man. And I was usually I would go and stop them, but something told me, let's see what they gonna do, man. They knew the whole song. And the light bulb went out. You know how it be in the movie, the light bulb go out? That was really what happened. The light bulb went out.
Mhm.
Man, they know this whole song. What if I could make science and hip hop together and and teach them some lessons that way? And that's how it started, man. Went home to the studio. I had a home studio, made some songs about the human body, 10 songs. And this was back when we burned CDs, you guys. We had a CD burner, the burned CDs for all my students. And I had a little budget from the school. It was a private school. I had a little budget so I could do all of this stuff and brought them home the CDs to take home to learn. And they were so excited and they didn't know I rap because I just wasn't really telling people I did rap. Hip hop had a bad stigma. So people didn't really know that I did that. And man, took it home. And so, this is back when you had to listen, the whole family had to listen if whatever you're playing. It wasn't like on a headphones or nothing. So the students were listening, the parents were listening, and the parents was coming to school singing the song just like the kids were.
Ha.
And the students learned the lessons. They learned them really quick, and they were able to lock in that information, and that's how hip learning began. And one of the parents told me, you ought to get a grant. I was like, what's that? They're like, yeah, they'll give you money to do this. I said, well, what? I have to give it back? I don't want no loan. And they say, no, it's free money. And I didn't even believe it. I'm like, no, there's no such thing. You won't give me no free money. It's got to be a catch. Yeah, the only catch is you got to do the work. So I applied for this grant called the Creative Work Fund. And my wife helped me out with a little bit. And we talking 21 years ago, brother. I got $35,000. That was like 100 something thousand a day, probably, man.
Mm.
And
Come on, man.
that's how I was able to, press up my CDs into the public, and I put on a show at the Malonga Center over here in Oakland on Alice Street. Hired all of the people that I had for the event, the dancers and the actors, right out of Oakland, all my black brothers and sisters, and man, was able to just really start something that's still going on today to the 21 years later, man. I never would have thought teaching my children would turn into a business, but it did.
Hey, man, we all came a long way. You know, I'm just tripping. How come I never met Ricardo back in the days, Blind Joe and all that? We was crossing paths, probably standing right next to each other. Didn't know.
Yeah, that's probably
You
true.
know,
That's probably true.
that's probably true. Because I'll say a name and he'll remember just like you. You know, I've known you since the mid '80s, going up to Frank Foster House, Full Control Records.
Yeah,
Um,
my cousin Keith, rest in peace. Yeah.
yeah, we are literally family, man. Um, Reconnected, 6 years ago. Ricardo came on board. And I always, I talk about you not knowing me as a DJ. I'm a have to humbly admit I didn't recognize how good you were. You know what I'm saying? Hey, yeah, Naru, he cool, he all right, he all right. But then when you invited us to Mosswood Park, I'm looking at my mom. I'm like, Mom. And she said, yeah. And then all she starts saying, I really like Naru. I like Naru. And then Oakland. You know where he from. Oakland, California. You know.
You already know, bro. Yes, sir. We all go back a long way, man. I can't even remember where I first met Ricardo. It might have been when he was playing with Goldie, but we might have met before that as well. But
What about Kwanzaa? Did we meet through Kwanzaa?
Kwanzaa Swift,
Yeah.
bro, I don't know. Could be. I still see Kwanzaa to this day. He always got
You
them
was doing those Malanga things, wasn't you? Shows at Malangas. Was it not Malanga? What's the other one in Berkeley?
the black
Uh,
rep.
no, the other one that um, there's a lot of shows was given there. I think you did a
Oh, La Pena
La
or
Pina, yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Back in the La Pina day. Then we had Dwayne Wiggins was doing the poetry spot thing at the
Uh,
cafe when he
at,
was
I
still over
remember
by the
that.
line.
yeah, yeah, the Java House, baby,
Java
the
House.
Java House. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Mhm.
one thing I really appreciate love about you, Naru, is like Little Russell of today, you found
Wait,
a
did he call him
creative
little?
way.
Did he call him Little Russell, man?
Yeah,
La
he
Russell,
did.
La Russell. He
Dang,
looked like Little Russell.
was that a
Everybody
slip? Was
little,
that a
it's
slip,
little
man?
this and little that, little. That's what KE said. He said that's La Russell. But like La Russell did today. Somebody's echoing, but let me see if I could bring it back a little bit so I don't echo in your speaker. Um, you found a creative way to get paid even before the project even comes out. Everybody's struggling with the streaming revenue. We losing money when we put in our projects now. You found a way to have your projects funded, to have your events funded, even to work with other organizations to get you funded and other performers funded to perform in a day where they want you to pay to play. So can you tell us a little bit about how you don't have to give us all the steps on what you did, but just creative ways that artists today, because we are about independent artists, how they can get um, paid for doing what they do, their valuable art.
Well, I mean, there's several different ways. The grant thing for sure is how I started with the hip learning. But as far as me as being an independent artist, um, you were mentioning La Pena. I started putting on my own shows, producing my own events because the promoters didn't really want to pay me what I felt I was worth. Um, I'm bringing all the audience, and you're going to pay me $50. And I'm like, no. So I went to this sister named Elena Serrano, who I still work with now, the East Side Arts Alliance. We'll get into that a little later, but she was at this space called La Pena, and the first time I went there was this poet, Paradise. Free Jah Love Supreme is his name.
They love everything about us but us. I still remember
Everything
that.
about you, but you. That's why he's one of my mentors. One of my. I call him the Godfather. And he was putting on an event there, and it was a nice event. And I was like, man, I went to ask her. I said, how much does it cost to rent this place out? Because I figured I was gonna have to save for about 3, 4 months, and hustle. And she said, oh, we don't charge you to rent it out. We just take a cut at the door. I was like, what? Oh. Well, how can I get a date? She gave me a date, and I put together a show, filled the place up, never had an empty seat. The whole run, I did shows there, and I paid my artists, and I came up with creative ways to market as far as like flyers, and then also, what do they call it now? Some kind of marketing, affiliate, they call it affiliate marketing now. But I was doing something like that then. I was paying the artist, but then I was like, if you sell tickets and you sell a certain amount of tickets, you'll get extra money. So that made people want to hustle. So the real hustlers would go out and sell 20 tickets. So on top of whatever they was going to get paid for the show was like back then, like $10 tickets. I was giving $3 off the ticket. So, they was like, yeah. So everybody wanted to work with me because they knew I was fair. Because being an artist, I knew how it was. Like they were cheating artists out of money all the time, I feel like. So that's how I started my promotional production company. And then while I was out promoting my show, people would come up and ask me, hey, do you promote events? I was like, yeah, I'm just promoting my show. And I know do other events. I was like, well, I haven't really done it, but they started offering me money to do it. So a lot of things that happened to me, I feel like the ancestors just put me in a space. None of these things I planned to do. Hip learning. I didn't plan to be a promoter. I didn't plan to be a marketer. I definitely didn't plan to be an artist. I just heard, Rappers Delight on the radio one day. I'm like, ooh, I love that. I want to do that. So, I just kind of let life happen. But once I attach on to something, I get good at it, and I pursue it. So as a marketer and promoter, I was able to, start making more money marketing and promoting other events than I was even doing my own show. So I started doing that. And I kept doing that until my wife got pregnant, and I didn't want to be out at like night anymore. So I stayed home after that. I've always been a teacher. I was off in the summertime, so I always did my music in the summer. And so, that's kind of how it is, man. So just believing in yourself, investing in yourself, whatever you're doing, put your money up instead of trying to find somebody to put money up for you is the best way because you can control and own everything. I own all of my masters. Nobody owns any of my stuff. So I'm really happy
Right.
about that. I'm not a millionaire, but I'm comfortable.
That's what's up. Hey man, I have to since you was talking about promoting and doing all that, we are in a group organization, BUCU, Buku, Black Unity Conference Universal.
Universal. Yes, sir.
I want to personally thank you for keeping my mom active, dog. That means so much to me. I'm trying not to get emotional,
I can hear it in your voice.
but no, that's just love, man. Um, Thank you. I'm not gonna go into it. I'm just gonna thank you. It's greatly appreciated. My mom loves both of y'all, man. Y'all know I'm an only child. Y'all my family. Y'all call my mom moms. I'm y'all brother, man. I love both of y'all. Ricardo and I have been going 2 years strong. My mom was like, y'all 2 years? Yep. March. two
Beautiful,
years
beautiful,
this month, you
man.
know, and the growth has been exponential.
What an incredible platform you guys have created for yourselves and for artists. and this is what happens, like you have a vision, you have a dream, and if you don't activate it, that's all it is. But once you start to activate it, it becomes reality. So you guys have built something that I want to see monetized at the highest level, because you guys deserve just to be doing this full time, not having to do anything else but what you love. And that's what I'm able to do now. I just get to do the thing that I love. And I want that for all of my folks, man. And it's not always easy. Funds are important. We live in a capitalistic system, and so we got to learn
Man.
this game. I call it pimping on paper. I'm real good at pimping on paper, man. I'm gonna go find those grants. I'm gonna go find those partnerships. I'm gonna find those sponsors. I'm gonna find, I'm gonna use my mouthpiece for good for the most part. Not always when I was younger, but now it's all for good.
Hey, yeah, hey, cause Quick was somebody to be reckoned with.
Oh yeah, well that's another. We we live and learn, man. I grew up I
Yeah,
grew up I grew up in Oakland, man. I grew up around hustlers and the Black Panther Party. That's what I say. That's
come
my
on, man,
that's
come
my
on.
duality. So, I got a new song coming out, and I say that in the song. My duality assures I won't be taking no because
Right.
I was raised hard by both of them. And at times it was like a tug of war. What am I gonna hit these streets? Am I gonna be a rebellious, rebel? What is it? What is it? What do I want to do? And I mean, I'm kind of combine them both for a while, because that hustler mentality is good to have in America, because America's cutthroat. All of in
Yeah.
this music industry, real cutthroat, bro, real cutthroat. That's why I'm staying independent. I've had opportunities for deals and stuff. I kind of like turn them down. Like, nah, I just kind of want to do my own thing, because I mean, I don't, I got a temper. I mean, somebody mess over me, I don't want to go to jail, none of that type of stuff. So I just don't want to be around it, man. I just want to be around good people and buku, y'all brothers, man. We honest with each other. We don't try to cheat each other. That's the type of atmosphere I want to be around. We might not make millions, but man, I'm fine being a thousandaire. That's cool. I'll be a thousandaire. I'm gonna be.
Hey, that's what's up. Hey, tell her let's talk about the new project, man. Uh,
Yes, sir.
the Indie Hookup is featuring the whole album
Yeah.
starting Monday.
What a blessing, man. Well,
Uh,
that's the Black Velvet Project, man. That's me, my man Vincent Gordon, and Bars Makes Bangers, Jabari. Yeah, we came together, man. I've been knowing Vince for a while. He's an incredible musician. He plays everything, the guitar, the drums, the harmonica, the piano. He's just an incredible dude.
wait a minute, is this the Vince I know?
No, no, that's not the Vince you know.
Oh, okay.
You'll see him. You'll see him soon.
Right, right.
And,
Hey, who designed the cover?
that's Ricardo Love did the cover, man. Quentin Scales, my man Quentin Scales took the photography. Ricardo designed the album cover, man. We keep it in house over here, man. We keep.
Yes, sir.
I want to
You
commend y'all for being not typical. Y'all could have. One of the misperceptions is, and I had it myself, is that the town only has one sound, but the town has, from history, is a conglomeration of different styles and different cultures and blending. Matter of fact, when I was a school site president at the Franklin Elementary. It was so diverse, we had to have interpreters at every table. Yeah, it was crazy. It was like
Man,
the UN right there.
That's
And so
wild, man.
some of that, the black sound definitely is at the forefront of the foundation of bringing that Oakland sound and that Bay Area sound. But you guys didn't just limit it to just the funk kind of West Coast thing. You guys are all over the place with this, and I really appreciate y'all creativity. Y'all didn't allow no boundaries to be, to just like, oh, this is what it is, y'all. It's like, but your voice and your message was kind of the central thing to me. This is what I hear. Everybody's
mhm.
gonna have their own interpretation. is binding it all together. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking forward to featuring this album. It's really dope. I think y'all gonna have fans from all over. I was telling you that I think your audience gonna be kind of like um some of the what's it with the brother that did the Super Bowl just recently?
Kendrick?
Kendrick Lamar. You know, you go when some of his stuff shows, you look in the audience and you see all the white folks out there. They got the money to pay these tickets. Hopefully, we'll do some community stuff where you can have some brothers and, but it's going to appeal to everybody because it's not just one genre. It's just dope as hell.
I mean,
And
I come up from listening. Like I was talking to Hess the other day, and I said, Hess, we had all the music on one station back in the day, man.
right.
We would listen to Boy George, Devo, George Clinton. Then we would have some, soul to soul. I mean, it was all over. So I'm influenced by all music, and I'm Jimi Hendrix. So this project was just like we're gonna make music. We're not gonna put any limitations on it. Whatever we feeling. And I knew that I wanted to sing on this project. Everybody tells me I got a blues singer voice. And man, one of my exes took me to a blues concert a long time ago, and I was not feeling that. Man, I'm not feeling this music. And she's like, man, you don't like the blues? I said, no, I'm not really feeling it. I said, I'll probably get into it when I'm around 50. And when I was around 50 something, that's really what happened. I started listening to the Little Boy Blues, and I'm like, man, I kind of like this. And the storytelling is similar to hip hop. It's just storytelling.
Yeah.
And man, I just started writing, and I said, Vince, I have these ideas. Can you put some guitar to it? And man, I feel like we were just like in sync. Everything I felt, he was able to match it and surpass it. And then I had to bring in bars because bars he can give you that sound. He's the engineer. So I'm like, man, we've got some great ideas, but we needed to be refined. So he came in and helped us refine the sound, and he knows how to record and put the effects and just do all the little things that go unnoticed in a lot of albums. You don't really understand that there's people doing the little things. The artists, me, I'm the lead vocalist, so of course I'm gonna get a lot of shine. But man, this is definitely a group project, and I'm just very very happy that we finally put it out. Been working on it for a while, and we just want the world to vibe out to it. We don't.
And um, it's a multi-genre album, and it's an album where you could sit at your desk and vibe 1 through 10, man.
Oh, give thanks.
Every song is a sit down, listening, enjoying, pat your feet, laugh, little song. Um, you pulled it off. You pulled off what I wouldn't suggest an artist do, because y'all laughing. I ain't laughing this
Nah,
time.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
You know, um, the you have the identity. Ricardo said it. Your voice ties in every genre on that album, and I could see it and listen to it. When you had me listen to it and you were singing, and I text you singing, and you laughed. It was like, what? I'm like, man, you pulled it off, dog. You pulled it off. Listeners, viewers, I suggest you listen to Black Velvet.
The last
No,
to be first. Well,
hey, tell them where to find it, where to find you, and all that good stuff.
we definitely on Bandcamp right now. Black Velvet. The title of the album is "The Last to Be First." Um, we'll have some. It's probably gonna be on other places too. You have to search for it, but right now, we're new and we're fighting the algorithms with
Man,
with song Black Velvet. I won't name the artist because, but y'all probably find it if you search. You gonna that's what's gonna pop up. But once we start doing these shows and getting out and doing more, videos and things, because we definitely gonna be shooting a video. We're just trying to figure out which song, and that's the hard part because there's so many different songs on there. I love them all. They're like my little children. But
You
we
could do visuals until you do the real album. I mean, the
yeah, yeah,
real
yeah.
music
No,
video.
no,
Yeah.
we'll definitely do that. But um, the feedback's been great. Everybody's
Yeah, yeah.
been digging the album. Like you said, we genres or whatever, like, I feel like our people invented all the music, so I don't put any limitations on what I'm gonna do. I love rock guitar. I love the harmonica, I love the drums, I love the hip hop beats, I love spoken word. So I wanted to do everything. Let me when I made this album, I said if I never make another album, this is the album I want to make because we never promised another day. So I'm like, I want to put everything I want to do on this album right here, and I really don't care. That's the thing when you're not on a label. Label Hollywood, well, you can't do all that at one time. We want you to.
Right.
I wasn't trying to hear it, man. And one of my good inspirations is the brother right out here at Fantastic Negrito, man. I really got inspired by some of the work he was doing, and I can't play the guitar, but I can get them vocals out, and just having the courage to just go against the grain. That's all it is, man.
And he
Hey
won
man,
he won some Grammys off that. I think if you guys get into the nomination pool, you definitely could win one as well. That's what I hear. That's what I see. It's just about getting into the nomination.
Yeah, yeah, that's kind of wild. I don't know. I'm not a part of the Grammy thing, but Bars is a Grammy winner.
Yeah, he should be able to be
what?
nominated.
Well, yeah, Bars engineered Fantastic Negrito's part of his first album. He's got a Grammy. Yeah, he got a Grammy.
Mhm. Okay, okay.
Yeah, we definitely have the insight to do it. So
Mhm.
Well,
never
you
that's
know,
never the goal when you make music, though. Man, I swear,
uh,
if I tell you I set up and thought about winning a Grammy or something, like I'd be lying, man. All I thought about, man, I love this music. Music is my connection to the Most High. That's how I pray, bro. I don't know if other people might think it's kind of crazy, but my ancestors talk through me through my music. I feel like sometimes I'm a voice for them, and
You agree?
that's how I connect with my ancestors and whatever spirit you call God, Most High, creative force. That's how I connect.
hey, well, you put us all together, man.
It's all
You
good.
did that.
It's all good, man.
You
Y'all
know,
got another high message project out with Buku musicians and MCs. It's just crazy. The message on there is crazy. The MC power on that is just, oh my God. I mean,
Buku Musical One, this
Buku,
volume one,
Buku.
and you playing a little guitar on there in one of them songs, bro.
yeah, little something. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a whole nother thing, man. The Buku family, man, that project is out as well. Um, just an amazing group of individuals coming together across all walks of life, all different faiths. See, that's the thing, man. It's like we've got Muslims, Christians, atheists, spiritual beings all on one project, and we're not arguing, fighting over whose God is greater or what. We're just making music for the community, and we're making it for our people and for our babies, and we don't fight over that. If you're doing well in your faith and your walk, and you're not trying to convert me, and you're fine where you're at and I'm fine where I at, we should be able to sit down at the table and talk about the problems that we have in front of us that we're facing, and that should be the only thing we're dealing with, not all of that other stuff. I feel like anything that divides us, we gotta sit that aside. Not politics, and all that. Because we talk, we all have different viewpoints. We sit down and record some of our conversations. We're not always on the same page, but we have respect for each other's viewpoint. And
Mm-hmm.
you listen to the viewpoint, And, if somebody's argument is strong enough, they might sway you to say, well, yeah, I never thought about it that way. Or you might be like, nah, bro, that's not, I'm not feeling that. I'm not feeling that way. But hey, I respect your right to feel that way. If you're not harming anyone, I respect your right to believe what you want to believe. Now, if you're talking about you're gonna harm somebody because of your belief, then we're gonna have a different situation.
Yeah. We cannot get off of this conversation without talking about going vegan. No, you thought you was gonna get away? No. That's an anthem right there, dog. And then of course my other favorite, can't take it anymore.
I
Just
know
can't.
your favorites.
Man, we had that conversation yesterday about the radio stations in general, and I can't take it anymore explains. Oh man, that song right there rings the truth. Back in the day, listening to the radio, couldn't get it to play, but 2 times a day, I call my local DJ. Come on, man.
And
Uh,
Dear America, that's so relevant. It's so funny how those keep coming up and coming up. You could put
we
that out
talked
20
about that
years ago
yesterday
today,
too.
and probably 20 years from now, it's going to be the same thing.
Come on, man.
I
I
give
was
I give
trying not
thanks.
to.
I was
I
gonna
was
say I give
trying not
thanks to
to
that
go
music.
there.
Yeah, that music, Ricardo, man. That see when I get a song, it doesn't take me long. The spirit, the energy, the ancestors, whatever you want to call it, just starts moving. I start writing. When you send me songs, Ricardo, you know how it is, how quickly I'm gonna write to it, and Hess, you know too, because I work with your mom. But yeah, Dear America, man, like when I heard that one, it just came, just
Shout
came.
out to Najee and KE for the background vocal.
Yeah, yes,
Yeah.
yes. And I can write the vocals and the way I want it to be sung, but they definitely took it to the next level. I write the lyrics and just how I wanted it to go, but they did a great job on that, yeah, for sure. And
That's a beautiful song. Hey, and as of today, right now, I know y'all heard uh Russia has joined the war.
I did not hear that.
Yep, I came in the house. When I called you and said I'm running a little late, Mom's beat me in the house. Of course, she the track star. Ran and turned the TV on, and the news popped on. Special report. Dear America.
Wow.
it's it's going down, y'all.
So they
But
came in on the Iranian side, I'm assuming.
yep,
Because
yep.
they've been allies, yeah, they've been allies for a while, and it might not be too far-fetched that China might join in. You got
Yeah. China already
Yep.
warned them. Because that's like y'all cutting off our money now. Y'all cutting off our resources. Y'all can't just go bully the rest of the world like you say in the Dear America song. You
Yeah,
know.
I mean it's a prophetic song, although I didn't want it to be, but I just saw like what was going on. I mean, America, well, you already know how America was founded.
Mm.
I mean, you can't run around like your S don't stink when we know your history. We can smell it, and now they're using. I mean, we know might makes right is the call. We got bigger army than you. We're gonna do what we want to do. Well, some of these people are gonna fight back, and so that's interesting that Russia joined when then the United States was kind of letting them get away with real murder over there with Zelensky. So that's interesting that Russia now is jumping in. So
Hmm.
are they I don't know this, are they physically supplying troops to Iran? I didn't hear about this. I'm gonna have to go look at
Well, I know they're supplying weapons. I don't know. I came in because I rushed and getting ready here. Um, and then Ricardo and I have another interview that just came out with K and G N uh uh podcast.
Okay.
I don't want to do like Ricardo and call him Kate Gordon. Hey, we laughed about that, Ricardo.
Hey man, but we laughing, but it's serious business out here, man. This
Yeah.
these wars, and you know, first of all, Iran is really big. It's like I think it's about times the size of Texas. There's a lot of different ethnicities and stuff there. It's not just like one people. The Kurds are over there, and they're opposed to the opposition. A lot of the regular people, just like here in America, like we don't agree with everything that the government does. There are people over there in Iran, they don't agree with what's going on, but you get grouped in when you're there. Like, oh, you're this, you're that. So everybody's belief system is not the same, and we have to realize that innocent people, innocent lives are being held in the balance by these governments and dictators and people with these weapons. And it's hard because what recourse do we have? That's why a lot of people turn towards religion and faith. They want a higher power to come and save us and save them because they feel powerless when you're dealing with these type of adversaries. And we forget that we outnumber them, you know, and that they can't even really survive without us. You could see that during COVID, how just the average person who was doing the menial job was so important to the system that they want to have. And we sometimes forget how valuable we are, and we're made to forget that too. Like I know,
Essential.
yeah, I know we're getting deep here, but that's
Music has always been a part of that revolution, a part of that education, a part of bringing the message of the people forward. From Marvin Gaye, what's going on, to fight the power and Public Enemy, to
Definitely.
KRS-One, and now we got Naru Kwina, Black Velvet, Buku, it's doing the same thing and continuing that tradition. So I appreciate love you for doing that, man. You ain't just singing no bull. You do have some, cause life is, you ain't all like Black Power all every song. You got some songs that's uh, for the average person, I say, for the streets or for whatever, for different situations, because we all human. We done been through the human experience. So you're not, you know, but the level of maturity that you have right now and the message you speak is definitely relevant, and not only relevant, but you make it entertaining. Because if you could just put the most powerful message ever, but if you can't deliver it, and that's where you always been able to do, is to take that powerful message and put it behind some good music and then make it work. So
Give thanks, man. This is the first time in my life that I've been an artist like almost full time. When COVID came and I hurt my shoulder, I wasn't able to work, and it was a blessing in disguise. I was an educator for many years, so I just had to reinvent myself. Now I'm a marketer and promoter again. So I'm in the field that I love. I'm also part of the Black Cultural Zone, East Side Arts Alliance, Bay Area Hip Hop Forever, of course, Buku. I have a nonprofit, Alternative Minds Foundation. So I'm really doing the work that I enjoy doing. And yeah, I'm gonna have some crazy wild raps too, man. I got a whole nother project that's gonna be so Oakland. Y'all gonna be like, man, that's not real. Oh my God. Because I'm a hip hop artist first and foremost, man. I like to brag and do the MC battles and all that stuff too. I love all of it, but I feel like I'm super well rounded. I don't feel like I'm any one way. I'm a complex individual.
mhm.
So
Hey, I got a quick
cross.
story, man. I
What's
got a quick story. After Ricardo and I do the show, it's in MP3 format, and we live in a rural area where it's 20 miles in either direction before we get to the next town.
wow.
I put it on, and one of your songs came on. Rap is just a sport. And my mom looked at me. he cussing. I'm like, I don't know how that was stuck in there. Because most of your 90% of your music is clean. I just happened to put Rap is Just a Sport on, and I was driving and my mom was like, when did he start cussing? I'm like,
When I was about 3.
right.
Hey,
But
Start speaking.
I
I
don't,
gotta
they weird to me that there's certain words are called curse words. It's like, it's so weird. They're just regular words. I mean, the only word you won't hear me use in my songs now is the N word. I use them back in the day. I tried very hard to take that out of my lexicon. But I'm around certain people. It might slip out every once in a while. I'm not gonna lie, but
right.
I purposely don't want to put that in my songs. Now somebody else might put it on the song I'm on, but I try not to use that word. I feel like it's important that I I don't use it. It leaves a bad taste in my.
Right. Hey, it was funny, right? We have a few radio stations that let us play anything. You could say anything. But then our biggest radio station, shout out to KYBN Radio, shout out to Dr. Ramsey and Just Chat with Bree Sabrina. It was this one guy, Ford, HFB. It's a song he had. I can't think of the name of it. And I'm like, yeah, it's clean. We good, Ricardo. Played it 5 or 6 times, and I'm in the car with my mom, and the hook came on. And I'm like, oh my God, he cussing all through the hook. I call Ricardo. I say, Ricardo, we've been playing it. Ain't nobody caught it. We ain't even caught it. The hook is nothing but cussing.
Wow.
And I'm like, woo, we could have got in trouble. But it's it's also a way that you can get away with it and be respectful with a couple of questionable words. Because, like you say, some people say it's a cuss word. Some people say it's not. Some people say it's a a, a noun. As long as you don't use it as a pronoun.
Right, 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 right.
So every now and then to slip in, or I'll ask Ricardo. I say, Ricardo, is damn a cuss word? Matter of fact, last week I
Yeah, I had
said,
to go to the Google and see what the FCC their list of banned words, and it
Isn't
wasn't
that
on
crazy though that there's actual words that somebody decided these are bad words,
there.
but
Right.
all words do is convey feelings and emotions, and so I mean, to me, a bad word is rape and poverty and homelessness. Those are bad
Yeah.
words to me. These
Yeah.
other words that they call bad words are just expressions.
Mhm.
right,
I feel like if the children don't know them, they're not even going to react. And if they do know them, because they heard them already. It's
The
like,
deep thing about it is that you spell, so the words put spell, and then curse is put a curse on you. But some of the words that should be curse words and that's put a spell on you are not. So yeah.
come
But
on, bro.
we getting up to the point where a little over an hour. So we're gonna wrap it up, and we want you to end with anything you want to tell the people, and of course, give us all your links where they can find hip science, and all
hip
the
learning, man.
hip
Hey,
learning. It's
All you
both.
Ricardo,
It's
got it.
both.
Ricardo
All you
bad
got
with
it.
names, man.
All you
I'm
got
learning
it.
that.
Huh?
I'm learning that. Ricardo, he called RBG RGB. I'm like, no, Ricardo.
It's all good, man. It's just, man, I just say I ain't gonna be like Narukwina. That's my name, Naru Kwina. If you Google that, you're gonna find all my stuff. I got a flow code link with everything on it. Um, Hip Learning at hiplearning.org. That's my business. My nonprofit is Alternative Mind Foundation.org. You can definitely check out the Buku family, Buku,
Cool, cool.
EUCU. Um, what I want to say is I want to continue to make music, until I'm gone. I'm gonna keep doing it. I might be on my deathbed singing the song. That's how I want to go out, singing the song, rapping or something like that. Even if I'm coughing. Yeah, that last word, get that last word in. And I just want to tell y'all, like, I know I got two projects out now. I'm featured on the Buku pretty prominently and the Black Velvet, but man, I got two more projects coming this summer. So Ricardo and I have a full project that y'all don't know about.
Yeah, I've been hearing about it.
We got a full. That's where Dear America came actually from that project, but we felt it was too relevant at the time. We needed to drop it. So me and Ricardo got a full project. I think
I'm
we might
dying
have
to
a
hear
title.
it.
I'm not gonna give him the title yet. And then I got my boy Ken Hen, who used to be in the group APG. He's a producer. We have a full project coming, and that's gonna be Oakland, y'all. That's gonna be hard. It ain't gonna be Buku. It ain't gonna be
It
Black Velvet.
ain't gonna be for my mama's ears, huh?
You're learning. It's gonna be some funny ones on there. She might like some of them. I got a couple of choice words on this one, but that one is more for the hip hop heads, and so. And then hopefully me and my daughter Najee will finish our project we've been working on. So that's called Panilla's Journey. We wrote a book and we're doing music to it. She's been really working hard on the music for that project. So we've been working on that for some years. So she said she's ready. So that'll be at
Hey,
least two.
I'm so proud of her, man. You know that's my niece. I'm so proud of her, man. Matter of fact, she was supposed to send me. Matter of fact, I know you got it, man. One of y'all got it. I can't find it. I cannot find it. Shopping on Jupiter. Need
What
that for the shit.
the
Need that
video?
for the shit. Can you send it to me?
What the video?
MP3. MP3.
MP3.
Oh, I thought
She
Najee sent
forgot.
it to you.
No, she forgot.
Okay,
I
I'll
have it.
remind her today.
Yeah, I need it to finish the show.
I'll tell her as soon as we get off that she sends it to you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because she was busy with the fanfare at the last show. Everybody was asking her, "Are you going to sing?" And she was looking like, "No."
Well,
you
she'll
know.
she'll be performing soon enough. I'm so I'm
Oh,
I'm
I know.
I'm booking events at this Space 2 Eastside Arts Alliance where I'm contracted to do some work with. So I'll definitely have her there. And my guy Vincent, he's got a daughter, Rabia Kabir, who's a flautist. Yeah, she plays the flute. That's what it is. And we're going to be featuring her. She's incredible. So we're
Does
going
she
to.
have any projects out?
Yeah, she does. She has a
Tell her
project.
to send it to to me for Jazzy vibes.
Okay, I got you. I got you.
All right.
She's got some
Hey,
incredible.
and then don't you have a show coming up?
Oh yeah, we got a show on the 21st, bro.
Yeah,
At
come on,
Eastside Arts
man.
Alliance. Black Velvet, our first show, man. We got a band too, so we gonna put it together. That's the 21st at Eastside Arts Alliance, Saturday the 21st at 7 p.m. It's only $20 to get in, but if you want to drop some more on that and the plate, we accept that too. Uh, yeah,
Hey,
so
y'all. So, listeners, make sure you go to Eastside Art Alliance March 21st and get to see here.
Oakland, California.
Where you live?
Oakland,
Oakland.
California.
Hey, Naru, it's an honor, family. Uh, you are my brother, my mama's twin, and
Same
I can
birthday.
tell the world, I love you, man.
Well,
You
I love
know,
you too, bro, and ain't nothing you can do about
right? Hey,
it.
me and Ricardo, we go back and forth, man. But he know I love him. You know, uh, our family, man, is strong. Shout out to K.E. Durham. He's a big part of waking my mom up from her beauty nap.
No doubt.
It's been an amazing ride, man. Um, but this is about you, family. So, uh, We about to sign off, man. It's a pleasure. Y'all look out for Naru Kwina new music.
I was born and raised in Oakland, and that's
Uh-oh.
where I have my grave. They said I was a gifted child, but sometimes I just wouldn't behave. I'm just gonna hit y'all with that, man.
Hey, that's what's
All
up.
over again. That's one of my favorite songs.
Do it all over again.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? With that, man, send me a little minute link or 2 minute link on the concept of how you got that. We gonna put that in the show.
You want me to do it now or later? Send it later?
Yeah, send it, MP3.
Okay, I got you.
Yep. But hey, with that, man, it's an honor, man. I know Ricardo gonna have to cut and edit and chop. Make sure you got this one record, man.
Yeah, I went to the cloud this time instead of my junky computers.
Okay. Even though I don't mind if we had to do it over, it's always a pleasure, man. Uh, with that, man, we gonna sign out, man.
Appreciate
Thank you
y'all,
for your
man.
time, family.
Appreciate the
Respect.
man. Yes, sir. Yeah, love y'all.
Love
All
you
right.
too. Yep.
Peace, love, and blessings from the Indy Hookup. Hassan Cleveland and Ricardo Love, our guest today, Naru Kwina. Check him out on all platforms.